Oh, such a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds singing, and the flowers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Chumairoh and I'm from month 3, Jumba. Long time ago in a village never known, lived a beautiful lovable bird. Why am I singing that all of a sudden? Well, my story will explain everything. But before we start, have you heard of the name Tegal Arum? It's a village in Magelang, East Java. Now, audience, do you know that this village consists of 2 names? That is Tegal, that means garden, and Arum, that means fragrant. So, Tegal Arum means fragrant garden. Now, audience, do you know that this village has its own backstory? A legend, I must say. So now, would you please sit down quietly and listen to me carefully? I'd like to start the story with once upon a time, there was a kingdom where its people lived peacefully and never found any difficulties to fulfill their daily needs. Because the king Jatipati governed his people with care and wisdom. Everything they needed were always given by the king for their prosperity and welfare. His people liked him so much. The king had 2 daughters with similar characters that are wise, hospitable, and helpful. The older one was Dewi Patni and the younger one was Dewi Arum. But Dewi Patni was an unfortunate girl because she was sick and the disease was hard to be healed. Her parents did everything but failed. The disease was given by Mak Bayong, an ugly, evil witch. Dewi Patni would be healthy again if the king gave Dewi Arum to the witch. Why? Because Dewi Arum was protected by the power of God. There was a saying, the one that could kill the witch was Dewi Arum. She didn't want it to happen. Until one night, the witch came and appeared in front of Jatipati's bedroom window. She said, Jatipati, I want to remind you, the next full moon, you should hand over your last child. Otherwise, I'll kill Dewi Patni and your people. The king was frightened. Then the witch disappeared in the dark of the night. The king couldn't sleep thinking of how he would handle this matter. He was in dilemma. He looked afraid of his daughter. He can't give his daughter to free another daughter. After that night, the king looked very upset. Can you imagine being in the king's position? You would be very confused. What will you choose? A. To just let Dewi Patni die? Or B. Just to sacrifice Dewi Arum? That's a hard decision, so let's just skip it for now. Until Dewi Arum asked his father, Father, why do you look so pale and sad? Is there anything I could help? But the king kept silent that he didn't want to hurt his daughter's feeling. But, you know what? Dewi Arum urged his father to answer. Father, please, just let me know what's going on. Maybe I can help. Finally, the king spoke. Last night, the witch came by and she reminded me that I had to give you to her. I can't do that. I love both of you. You know, what's her reply? Oh, Father, if I must die, then it is God's willingness. I'm ready to sacrifice myself. The king was shocked. No, my daughter. I can sacrifice myself, but not you and your sister. And Dewi Arum replied, Father, if it is good for the people, then I believe that the God will help us. Trust me. They hugged so tight like nothing could separate them. Touching. Guess what happens next? Let's continue. Day passed so fast, and the king and his people were very frightened. It was the full moon, and the king had to give Dewi Arum to the witch. When the witch came, the people tried to hold the witch, but they're too weak to fight. Foolish king, hand me over Dewi Arum. If not, I'll burn down this whole land. The king was afraid and he couldn't do anything. But Dewi Arum smiled. She was not afraid at all. After that, the witch took Dewi Arum away with her broom, and they landed on the garden not too far from the palace. The garden was so dark and dead as there was no lift. Then the witch took her dagger and was ready to kill Dewi Arum. Dewi Arum, finally I can get you. The god was forced to create you smart and powerful. I can beat you. Any last words? What did you say? I just want to say that I'm dying, not because of you, but it's the god's destiny. He decided everything. Said Dewi Arum bravely. Go to hell with your god. I don't believe in God. Don't say anything that's like in front of me. Then the witch sunk her sword into Dewi Arum's neck. Logically, we would think she's dead. But you know what? Flowers sprang all over the garden, and they were very fragrant. And the witch could not stand this fragrance. I can't stand this fragrance. I can't breathe. The witch screamed until she died. And from this garden came out Dewi Arum. How is that possible? Because Dewi Arum was protected by the power of God. Then she went back to her palace to meet the king and Dewi Arum, and they lived happily ever after. For the first time in forever, there'll be music, there'll be light. For the first time in forever, I'll be dancing day and night. The end. Lesson that we can get? First, believe that God is always watching us, even if you don't realize it. Second, don't be afraid to sacrifice yourself for good, because good things always come to good people. Oh, and also, let's keep our environment healthy and, lively. Don't let your environment be as gloomy as the garden that we would use to kill Dewi Arum. Gloomy, dark, and dead. So let's keep it lively. Notice how Dewi Arum killed the witch just by a flower's fragrance. That proves that nature is stronger than we think. But I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening to the end. I'm Chumairoh. See you on the next opportunity. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.